everybody. Hey, 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 everybody. My name is Mr. B, and I'm a theater teaching artist at Lincoln Center, and today we are going to start at the beginning. Of what? Of putting on a play in our very own home. What? Yes, I am talking curtains and costumes and posters and playbills and tickets. It is going to be so much fun, but before we get to opening night, we're also going to explore what does an actor need to do before they say their first line. Because as I just showed you, the way you say your first line can really set the tone or the emotion or the mood or the feelings of your play. Oh my gosh. All right, let's take a look at our agenda, shall we? I'm a floating head. I love it. All right, step one. We are going to do our warm-up, and it's a really fun warm-up that will prove what a great actor you are. Our next step is to get our imaginations and emotions fired up so we can start saying our first line. After that, you and I, we're going to choose the story that we want to tell in our theater. It's our first play. What's it going to be? I don't know. We'll find out. After that, we're going to have an art break. And what's that? Well, we need to make posters so we can advertise our show, and then tickets for when our audience comes, and programs for them to read about what our play is about. Oh, and then after that, oh my gosh, it's opening night. We have our performance. So we've got a lot to do. I want to get started, but really quick, our materials for today, it's the usual. We need some blank paper, some crayons, markers, or colored pencils, but we have a secret ingredient, a curtain. Now, I want to have an adult talk to the other adults in the room to figure out how we can do this, all right? So we'll be right back. Hello, everyone. And thank you for joining this award-winning workshop. I'm an adult, and I want to talk to the other adults about the materials for today to make sure that there's no damage done. As mentioned, we are going to be using blank paper, crayons, colored pencils, markers, but in addition to that, we're going to be using a curtain. And there's a few different ways we can create this. Number one, and the easiest, would be a shower or tension rod. As such, you can place it in a door frame or a narrow room, and if you happen to have some curtains around, easy. Another option, if you have an old sheet or can go to the thrift store, you can also take an old sheet and cut it in two, and if the adult so desires, you can thumbtack it above a door frame, as such, and make a curtain. Or perhaps even loop it around a cardboard tube with safety pins and hold it for your little star, as it were. Option number three, you can ask your pint-sized wonder to use their imagination and pretend there's a curtain as such. What are you doing? Thank you so much again for tuning in to today's award-winning workshop, and we'll see you soon. That was very informative. Thank you. If you've been to my office before, welcome back. If you haven't, welcome to my office. This is where I like to do a little warm-up, because actors, just like athletes, have to warm up their faces and bodies before they get going. But we have to warm up something else, our imaginations, because that's a big part of being a great actor. And I'll tell you, the really, really important secret ingredient is details. I'll show you. All right, let's do this. Go ahead and let's pretend that you have a piece of fruit in front of you. Pick it up and take a bite. Any kind of fruit. So I'm gonna take a piece of fruit. That was kind of boring, right? That wasn't very exciting. I don't know what kind of fruit that was. I don't know how it tasted, anything. So let's add a bunch of details now and see how that changes things. All right, adults, you can try this too. Let's imagine in front of us we have our refrigerator. So go ahead, open your refrigerator, please. Your refrigerator is so clean. Mine's a mess. All right. Oh, you see that lemon sitting there? Yeah, go ahead and pick up that lemon. Ooh, it's really cold. That lemon's been in there for a long time. You feel how cold that lemon is? Okay, feel the weight of the lemon? Nice and cold. Now here's what we're gonna do. The lemon is pretty tough on the outside, right? It's got a tough rind, a tough exterior. We're gonna take a bite out of this imaginary lemon. This cold lemon in our refrigerator. So go ahead and take a big bite out of the lemon, the whole thing. Ready? Go. and feel those juices squirt into your mouth. All of those cold lemon juices. Does that make your mouth water? That makes my mouth water. If I really think about the details of biting into a cold lemon, my mouth waters and I gag a little bit because I'm really using my imagination. So that's the details that I'm talking about. All right. So if you haven't got your mouth watering, that's okay. Just keep practicing. Think about biting into a lemon, getting through that hard rind, all those cold lemon juices. You keep practicing if you haven't got it yet, but that's really part of being a great actor, is thinking about those details and using your imagination. All right, my imagination is a little fired up now. Let's talk about our faces. If I said to you, could you show me a happy face? I'm guessing, go ahead, adults too, show me a happy face. Yeah, I would think most of us would smile, right? That's how a lot of people show that they're feeling happy. But I'm wondering if we added some details, could we change the way that we're even feeling inside and maybe really make that a genuine and true smile? So let's go ahead. Think about something that makes you happy. And then think about all the details with that thing. Now, I'll start. You go ahead and think about yours. For me, it's such a beautiful fall day outside today. And I think about wearing my favorite sweater and being with all my friends and getting to go apple picking. And we have blankets and we can set them on the ground and it smells like campfires. Oh man, I feel so good inside right now. And I feel like I'm really smiling because I'm thinking about all those details, things that make me happy, the things that I would see and smell and hear and feel. So go ahead, think about something that makes you happy. And what are all those details that really make it come to life for you? Because that's part of being a great actor. Go ahead, I'm gonna think about something else. Oh my goodness. I'm at a pool party and there's a Chihuahua petting zoo. It's a little zoo. You could go in through the little gate and you could sit with a bunch of Chihuahuas. Oh my gosh. And there's a pool. Oh, and there's cake. I love cake. So I hope you're thinking about something that really makes you happy and thinking about all those details, things that you might see, hear, smell, feel, because that's really going to help you be a great actor before you even say your first line. All right. I feel pretty warmed up. How about you? Okay, if you can, go ahead and pause the video. But if you can't, it's okay, because you're going to be working with an imaginary curtain. An imaginurton. That doesn't work. All right, imaginurton. Let's get on with the show. Alrighty, so you are all set up with your curtain rods, your doorway curtain, or your imaginurton, if you so choose. All are perfect by me. And we're going to take it to the next level now. So we know that actors, we've got our imaginations warmed up, we have our faces warmed up, our emotions, our feelings, and we know that details are the most important part of being a good actor. So now we're going to introduce text. And all text is the words that the actors say. It's like the script. And this is going to be our script today. Today's the day. Today's the day. Well, there's not much excitement in that, is there? We don't know what that means. Is it a good day, a bad day, a scary day, a sad day? And that's where our details are going to come in. So for the first one, why don't you do this? I want you to think about something that when you woke up in the morning, you would be so excited because you got to do it that day. Really think about those details. You woke up and said, today's the day because you love doing this thing. For me, I love amusement parks. I love roller coasters. I love this Superman ride where your legs hang down. I love the smell of popcorn. I kind of love cotton candy. I love the games that you get to play. Okay, so I'm starting to feel all sorts of excited. So now I think I'm ready to say my text. Are you ready? Okay, so get behind your curtain or imaginurton and let's do it together. Oh, I'm so excited. Today's the day. Oh, I'm so excited. How did you do? Did you feel excited inside? I did. Whew. Okay, so we talked a lot about things that make us feel happy and excited. Now we're going to explore some other feelings. We're going to think about a time you were really mad, or something that makes you mad or even nervous. So you wake up and this is your text. Today's the day, and there's something you're going to do today. And maybe it's just something that's been making you mad that you're going to fix. Oh, for me, you go ahead and think about yours. For me, there's this bully at school, and he's so mean to people. He makes fun of them just so they feel bad, and that makes me so mad. And it's always in the lunchroom, and I can smell the tater tots, and it's really loud in the lunchroom. And a couple times I was gonna go up and say something to him, but I didn't because I got too scared. And I'm gonna wake up today and I'm gonna say something to that bully because that makes me really mad. I don't like when people bully other people. All right, so I've got my imagination going. I'm ready. Are you ready? Let's do it. Okay, so I'm behind my curtain now and I'm thinking about the story that I want to tell. The very first play, I'm going to put it in my new theater. Now I want you to think about it too, because there are hundreds, maybe thousands, millions of stories out there, and even ones that haven't been written yet because they're still in your imagination. So it could be a new story or one that you've heard before, or maybe a book that you've read, whatever you like. It's your theater. You get to choose what's going to be your first show. For me, I think it's going to be Jack and the Beanstalk. I don't know why. I've never told the story of Jack and the Beanstalk. I've never been in a play of Jack and the Beanstalk. It just seems like a good, adventurous fall story to tell. So that's going to be my first play in my theater, Jack and the Beanstalk. So go ahead and think about what yours is. And I'm going to get an adult to help me figure out what's the beginning and middle and end of my story. Now, you can do it yourself, or maybe you can get an adult to help you, but figure out what's the first thing that happens, what happens in the middle, and what happens at the end. So this is the way that my play is going to unfold. Jack and the Beanstalk is a wonderful tale, and this is how we are going to tell it. Jack is a young man who has a best friend, a cow named Manchego, who he must take to market. He does and sells her for 3 magic beans. His mother is outraged and throws the beans out the window, which grow into a giant beanstalk into the clouds. Jack climbs the beanstalk and finds a giant's castle filled with gold. He takes some of the gold, and as he's going down the beanstalk, he hears the terrible giant behind him. He calls to his mother, "Mother, grab the axe and chop down the beanstalk." When he gets to the bottom, they both chop the beanstalk, which collapses with the giant. Oh, mercy. It is a wonderful story. Good luck. Okay, so that's the scoop. So I'm Jack, and my very first scene is I have to sell my cow, my best friend Manchego. My text, the words I'm going to say are, "Today's the day, I'm going to miss you so much, Manchego." All ready? So you're going to go on the other side and tell me how I do. Today's the day. I'm going to miss you so much, Manchego. I don't think that was very good. What did I do wrong? I mean, I know I'm talking about a cow. I didn't have any of my details. That's right. Well, I didn't think about anything. I didn't think about how Manchego and I used to read her bedtime stories in the barn, and it smelled like hay, and I'd pet her right here between her eyes, and sometimes she would moo and snore a little bit. Oh, she's my best friend. I'm not going to see her anymore? Okay, now I've got my details. I think I'm ready to try that again. Today's the day. I'm going to miss you so much, Manchego. Oh boy, I think that's a good opening. I was really feeling it in my feelings and my emotions. I was thinking about all the good times we had together, all those details, what it smelled like, sounded like, felt like when I was with her. Yeah, okay, so now I'm going to work on my entire play. I want you to start thinking about the story that you're going to tell. And while you do that, I'm going to move on to the next really fun part about putting on a play in your own home. Programs, posters, tickets. So exciting. All right, so start thinking about what play you're going to tell, and I'm going to start doing some artwork. Okay, so now I'm going to make a poster for my play. As you can see, I already made one because I got marker on my fingers. But remember this, Mr. B can do a lot of things very well. Drawing, maybe not his strongest, but that's okay because I love to draw. And so don't worry if you're not the best artist. We're just going to make a poster, blank slate, that tells what our play is about. Here, I'm going to put some reviews because I'm going to assume that the critics are going to love it. So, and the emotion is so real. And that will be from Manchego the cow. Okay, those are my reviews, so people know it's definitely worth your time. It is a free performance. All you gotta do is come in, have a seat. Whoa, which brings me to my next point. I have to make tickets. All right, so that is beautiful. Let's move that out of the way. Let's talk tickets. So, what you can do is I like to just fold a piece of paper like that, and then fold it again like that. And then you can wink, and you can shrink, shrink. And then if you have scissors, you can definitely use scissors. I think I have some scissors. Or you can tear it. I'll just make 2 tickets for right now. And so first, of course, we want to put the title of our play on the tickets so everyone knows what it is. Now here's the trick with tickets. You want to make sure that you get to keep some of the ticket when they come in, but then they get the other half of the tickets so they know where their seat is, and if they have to leave the theater, they can come back. Of course, this is kind of all make-believe and pretend, so they don't have to go anywhere, but that's where you would tear the ticket. So you want to do a little dotted line, and then over here, I might say things like, admit 1, please enjoy, clap a lot. Excellent. So I've got my 2 tickets, and when somebody comes, they hand me their ticket, and then I would tear it right there, and then I would give them the admit 1, and I would keep the Jack and the Beanstalk side. And maybe in case, if you have a lot of people coming, maybe you want to number your tickets. So this would be like ticket number 1 and ticket number 2, etc. Okay, so look at that. So I have my sign, I have my tickets, and now the last thing is when somebody sits down, they're gonna wanna read about who's in the play. So what you wanna do is you wanna fold your piece of paper in half, and we will go ahead, and I think I'm gonna recreate this on top of my program, all right? So, it doesn't have to be perfect, but here we go. Bled through, but that's totally okay because I've got some other paper that bled through, so I can also I can stick that right in there and make that the insert. That's my headshot. Very affordable. And then, here I could write things about thank you, whoever helped me with my play, or I could say something about the play, or anything you want. So you could write any information that you want here, and that would be your playbill. Wow, we have got so much. Look at this. We have a poster to put up on the wall so people know the show is coming. And then when they want a ticket, we give them a ticket. And then maybe we tear it here and we give them the admit 1 and we keep this for ourselves. And then when they sit down, they have a program so they can read about who's in the play. Oh, all right, I think I'm ready for my opening night. I'm so excited. Oh my gosh, I can't believe it's opening night already. And it sounds like a pretty full house. Should we peek and see who's here? Shh. Yikes. That's a tough crowd, but it's gonna be great. I'm just gonna remember my details. All right, I hope you have a lot of fun in your new theater and break a leg with your first show, which don't really break a leg. That's just how we say good luck. So break a leg, and remember, most importantly, have fun. All right, I'm gonna start thinking about my details, get into character, and start my play. Thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you next time.